Well, hey, life groups, happy new year and welcome back. I'm sure you've missed each other's company, and we're starting this year off strong. We're starting off with 21 days of prayer and fasting. And so on Sunday just gone, we spoke all about fasting. It was understanding what fasting actually is. Remember, in Proverbs it tells us in all of our getting, we're to get understanding. So we've got to really know why we're doing what we're doing. Now, your chosen fast is your chosen fast. You might give up bread, you might give up chocolate, you might give up caffeine, but you might give up meals, or you might forgo a couple of meals. The fast is between you and God. But do you remember how we said your fast can't be Netflix and social media and other things like that? It's good to abstain from those things, but the word fasting in biblical sense, it actually means to abstain from feeding the body in order to feed the spirit. Because our spirit naturally gets hungry, like the body gets hungry, but we just can't hear the spirit getting hungry because we're so busy accommodating the body. And so, we talked about how fasting has become such a popular word these days because a lot of people implement it into a diet, because research has shown us just how good fasting was for the physical body from a health benefit, which fascinates me because it's like God always knew what he was doing when he created mankind. But there's something about the body that resets and repairs. Your muscles and your cells, they repair when you are abstaining from food. But what science doesn't teach us is the connection and the union between the physical and the spiritual when you're fasting. Because when you discipline the physical, the body, it creates the right environment for the spirit to be able to hear from God clearly. So we just talked about using this time to draw near to God, whatever that may look like for you. When you abstain from your food, make sure that you're making a conscious decision to draw close to God. You can do that through prayer. You could take your half an hour lunch break and say, I'm going to pray, or I'm not going to have evening meal tonight. I'm going to shut myself away for 20-30 minutes. I'm going to pray instead. And it's so countercultural to the way that our world lives. In this world, we're told to satisfy and gratify our flesh with whatever we want, whenever it wants. But do you remember I said about feeling full after your Christmas dinner and never going to eat again? Only by 2:00 the next day, you were tucking into another roast, because the satisfaction this body gets, it's only ever temporary. It always craves for more. But when we satisfy ourselves with the things of God, when we seek his presence first, it brings a satisfaction into our spirit that puts the body into submission, that we're not listening to the natural cravings of our flesh. And it probably sounds more mind-boggling than it actually is. And all I can say is you try it for yourself, and I hope you do. Do you remember how God made us in 3 parts? He gave us a body which we visibly recognize each other by our physical bodies. He gave us a soul, that's your character and your personality. And he gave you a spirit, and the spirit part of you is who he knew before you even became you. What happened is he gave us an order of things, and the order is spirit first and body last. We are jumping through hoops to please this body all the time with its desires and its cravings and its wants and its likes. And so when we fast, it brings discipline. It tells the body, you are not the leader. You are not in charge of what I do. And it teaches the spirit to be able to listen again. The body learns discipline and the spirit gains authority. So I hope that you take on your chosen fast and have some great conversation around different ways that you can pursue God and you can draw near to God. We talked about prayer. We talked about how it's an ongoing conversation with God, and it's not just a pitch that you put to him when you want something. We talked about worship, how that's not just a song, but it's about honoring Him in your lifestyle. We talked about all various different ways that you can draw close to God. We talked about transparency, making sure your life is right and your heart is right. And then we talked about the benefits that fasting brings to you. Fasting helps your spirit hear from God. Fasting is not about getting what you want from God. It's about clearing the airways so that your spirit can hear what God is saying to you, to your life, about your life. I hope you have a great life group tonight, and I'm really looking forward to hearing the stories and the testimonies that come out of the end of this 21 days of prayer and fasting.